Do you find yourself fishing from the bank a lot? Maybe fishing from a dock, kayak, paddleboard, something that you don't have a traditional fish finder with you? If you're like me, that's exactly the situation I'm in. So I decided, let's pick up some new tech and let's do something about it. Catch you in a minute. All right, everyone. So today, I'm here with a fresh delivery. This is something I've been looking at getting for a while. Uh, it's going to be a lot of fun. I have a bunch of different ways that I plan on using this, so let's get this guy open and see what we got. Alright, we got this guy opened up. And inside, we have this guy here. Well, guys, like I said, I found myself fishing from the bank a lot. I also do a little bit of dock fishing from time to time. And I found myself not really wanting a fish finder per se, which this is the Garmin Striker Cast GPS. But the reason I wanted this is for the mapping capability. So I can go to any body of water and be able to cast this guy out. I can make an actual map like what you would get on your Navionics and like on my Garmin 93 SVs. It'll allow you to make a map so that you know what the bottom is, and you can keep that with you wherever you go. You can use this with a tablet, you can use this with a phone, you can use it with pretty much anything. This guy claims it's good for up to 10 hours. It's good for up to 200 feet. So pretty much if you can make that cast, you should have connectivity. Goes up to 150 feet deep. And yeah, let's get this guy busted open and see what we got. So I went with this guy. If you've checked for the castable sonar, there's all kinds out there. There's deeper, which I really was interested in the deeper for one simple reason, that they have one that has chirp. This guy here is going to be just traditional 2D. I can't see it. You're going to get returns similar to this. This guy, because it has its mapping and everything that I've seen online and everything I've read, and the fact that it's Garmin, you can't beat the GPS. I'm sorry. Garmin itself is a leader when it comes to GPS, and that is exactly why I wanted to go ahead and go with this. Plus, this also will allow me to move the maps that I generate at a pond, and I can put them then on my big unit, so that if I ever do decide to get a kayak like I've been contemplating doing, then I can take this guy on the kayak with me and draw maps. And then if I decide to then go ahead and put a big GPS unit on the kayak, if I decide to tournament fish or whatever, then I can use those maps that this guy generates. So in the box you have the puck itself, which is going to be this guy here. Actually not very big. I really expected it to be bigger than what it is. Right off the bat, you only have one tie, which is kind of a bummer. But depending on how you're going to be using this, if you're going to be using it and casting it from the bank, then I would recommend just putting a swivel on this one tie down. And what that'll allow you to do is cast it. Now, I would use heavy line, probably braid, probably 15 to 20 pound braid. Now this guy does come with a little rope, and it already has a swivel on it for you. And if you're going to be dragging this behind a kayak, or you're going to have this tied off to a dock, then I would use this guy with it. But if you're going to be free casting it, then yeah, I would definitely use braid. Now, it does come with a little Garmin bag, which is pretty cool. All this stuff will fit down in there. It'll be nice and handy to keep it all together. Now this guy here, one feature that it does have is you've got this little Yeah, right here, this is a sensor. This sensor detects when it's in water, and it'll power the unit off whenever it's not in water. Uh, so that's how you're getting the 10-hour battery life. If you leave this guy out in 10, 12 hours, it's probably going to go dead. But if you take it out of the water, it's going to last for days. Now, you do have the charging port here. I will say everything that I have seen online claim that's the weak spot of it. So I'll have to take their word for it because I haven't seen it yet. But this guy is kind of an odd cable. So you have your USB-A, and then you have whatever their proprietary plug is here. And I've heard that this guy can be kind of a pain. Well, it's got a nice snap to it. Yeah, you hear that? So, I don't know. We'll just have to see how that part does. So, let's see. Comes with some paperwork here. Of course, the quick start manual. And then safety. Anyway, guys, this thing is going to be a blast. One thing that's cool about this, and one of the other reasons, well, not the other reason, but one thing that makes the Garmin so much better when it comes to the GPS is they also have communities out there that they are already allowing people to upload and then allowing people to download their maps. So that may be something that I tend to do as well. We'll have to get in there and actually start recording and see. A lot of the bodies of water that I fish, not a lot of people fish. So we'll see. But this guy is super exciting. I cannot wait to get this out in the water and see what kind of returns it gives you. If you can live without, here's this guy. If you can live without the chirp, which pretty much everyone can, I don't know that you will beat this unit here. The chirp was considerably more expensive. This guy, if you were interested, the Striker Cast, you can find the non-GPS version, which would show you the what's underneath the water. If you're looking for actual fish on it, that would be just fine. But if you were wanting the mapping capabilities, okay. If you were wanting the mapping capabilities, then you need to get the GPS version that I have. The non-GPS version comes in, I think, at $129. This guy comes in at $179. Now, I did find this guy on Amazon. It was, I believe, $149. So I was looking at, all the other types for what you could get. You couldn't beat $149 for this guy right here. So I don't know if it's still on sale. If it is, I'm telling you, I would jump all over it. If it's not, I mean, $179 is still not a bad price either. Now, this guy will allow you to do standard 2D sonar, which is going to basically be, this guy here. It will allow you to put the fish icons on, or you can do the traditional fish arcs. Depending on what sensitivity you have it set on, I don't really like the fish icons myself, but it's because I'm used to looking at other graphs and I don't ever turn the fish ID on. So I probably won't use that on this one. But if you do find yourself fishing from a dock, which I do plan on doing some, especially for crappie, this guy does have the traditional flasher option. Yeah, I gotta say, guys, I'm excited. Yeah, so right here it's got the built-in quick draw contours. That's the whole reason why I wanted this guy. And then yeah, here you can fish shore and dock fishing, which I do quite a bit between trout fishing and I'm wanting to do some crappie fishing from docks. Kayak fishing, which like I said, I may get a kayak, drag this thing out behind the kayak, and that way I can see what's going on underneath me, map contours, mark spots. So if I do find a brush pile, find a rock pile, I can mark that and I can go back to it every time. Same way, whenever I'm using this, I can have my phone and I can see where I'm standing and exactly where that spot is that I marked, 2 years ago when I came and fished this pond. So uh, it's really cool. The one thing I won't use it in is ice fishing because our waters here in Oklahoma don't really freeze enough to do ice fishing. Although I am kind of tempted. Ice fishing's something that I've always been intrigued by, but I also don't care for the cold that much, so I don't know if I would actually brave it or not. Thank you very much for coming and watching this video. My name is Aaron. If you like this kind of content, I do content based off of teaching. I do a lot of fishing tutorials. I do on the water fishing as well, but I'm trying to give you the information that you can go out and have the best adventure that you possibly can when you're out on the water. Tools like this make it pretty easy. So anyway, guys, thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.